BingX, a trusted global crypto exchange. Trade spot, futures, or copy top traders easily. Sign up via the link or referral code to get 30 USDT instantly, plus up to 1,500 USDT in bonuses for verification, deposit, and trading.
The United States military is initiating a significant drawdown of its troop presence in Romania, marking the commencement of a broader strategic redeployment across Europe. This reduction, confirmed by both US and Romanian officials, signals a shift in American military posture and priorities. The U.S. Army announced that the 2nd Infantry Brigade combat team of the 101st Airborne Division will be repositioned back to its home base in Kentucky without immediate replacement. This move is part of a deliberate plan to rebalance the U.S. military's global footprint. This represents the first official confirmation from Washington of plans to scale back its military engagement in Europe. The Trump administration has previously indicated a strategic pivot, emphasizing the Indo-Pacific region as a key area to counter China's growing influence, while also focusing on domestic border security and hemispheric interests. Approximately 4,000 U.S. service members were initially deployed to Romania in 2022, a deployment that followed Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. The presence of these troops was intended to provide reassurance to allies along NATO's eastern flank, who harbored significant concerns about the potential for Russian aggression to spill over into Allied territories. However, under the current administration, the strategic focus has evolved. There has been an increasing emphasis on encouraging European allies to bolster their own defense capabilities, thereby enabling the reallocation of U.S. resources to other critical military theaters. The Romanian Ministry of National Defense had earlier stated that the country, along with its NATO partners, had been duly informed of the U.S. decision to reduce its troop numbers in Europe. In a formal statement, the ministry characterized this action as a withdrawal of some of the American troops deployed on NATO's eastern flank, as part of the process of reassessing the global posture of U.S. military forces. This redeployment is expected to decrease the number of U.S. troops stationed in Romania to around 1,000. The troops affected are primarily those located at the Mihail Kogălniceanu Air Base, a crucial logistics and training hub for NATO forces in southeastern Europe. Prior to this announcement, the U.S. troop presence in Romania was reportedly around 1,700. These forces had been positioned as a frontline defense in the event of a further westward expansion of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. This decision has elicited notable criticism from some congressional allies of Donald Trump. These critics have voiced their disapproval of the Pentagon's decision-making process, arguing that the policy was announced without adequate consultation with military commanders or lawmakers. In a rare joint statement, the Republican leadership of both the House and Senate Armed Services Committees expressed strong condemnation for the troop withdrawal from Romania. They asserted that such a move undermines deterrence and risks inviting further Russian aggression. The statement, issued by Roger Wicker, chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, and Mike Rogers, chairman of the House Armed Services Committee, argued that this decision also sends the wrong signal to Russia at the very moment President Trump is applying pressure to force Vladimir Putin to come to the table to achieve a lasting peace in Ukraine. They further contended, the president has it exactly right. Now is the time for America to demonstrate our resolve against Russian aggression. Unfortunately, the Pentagon's decision appears uncoordinated and directly at odds with the president's strategy. The timing of this announcement was also highlighted, occurring just weeks after Russian drones reportedly violated Romanian airspace. European officials, however, projected an air of calm regarding the planned withdrawal, describing it as expected and consistent with an ongoing review by the Pentagon that had previously signaled intentions to rotate troops out of Europe. During a press conference, Romanian Defense Minister Ionuț Moșteanu confirmed that the U.S. brigade had personnel stationed across Romania, Bulgaria, Hungary, and Slovakia. He elaborated that approximately 3,500 NATO troops, including those from the United States, would continue to be stationed in Romania. It is enough for our needs, Moșteanu stated. As reported by Reuters, he added, the expectation of having entire foreign armies here to defend us is unrealistic. We will continue to invest in the Romanian army. The ministry reiterated that the decision was anticipated, emphasizing Romania's continuous engagement with its American strategic partner. Nevertheless, this development occurs at a time when European allies are expressing concerns about NATO's sustained commitment to confronting Russia, which has been engaged in a full-scale invasion of Ukraine along NATO's eastern flank since February 2022. The U.S. Army, in its official statement, sought to allay these fears, asserting, "This is not an American withdrawal from Europe or a signal of lessened commitment to NATO and Article 5. Rather, this is a positive sign of increased European capability and responsibility. Our NATO allies are meeting President Trump's call to take primary responsibility for the conventional defense of Europe. This force posture adjustment will not change the security environment in Europe." Meanwhile, leaders situated along NATO's eastern flank have been actively lobbying the Trump administration against any reduction in troop numbers in countries proximate to Russia, including Poland and the Baltic nations, where anxieties regarding Russian aggression and destabilization efforts remain particularly acute. Just last month, an incident involving approximately 20 Russian drones entering Polish airspace prompted NATO to scramble fighter jets. Officials in both Poland and Lithuania have indicated that they do not anticipate a drawdown of U.S. troop levels in their respective countries. During a meeting with Polish President Karol Nawrocki last month, Trump reportedly told reporters that he intended to maintain current U.S. troop levels in Poland, suggesting, "If anything, we can put more there. If they want, they've long wanted to have a larger presence." He further added, "We have some countries that have more. Not too many, but no, they will be staying in Poland. We are very much aligned with Poland."